Hey everybody, it's Miranda here from the Swirly Do's Education Design Team, and I've got a project to share with y'all today. And I have been seeing a lot of napkins in like stores like Tuesday Morning, stores like that were really pretty. And I came home one day and I started researching things to do with them, and you can basically use these as scrapbook paper, and they work really great on canvases because you can kind of wrinkle them up like you do tissue paper. So we're going to be working with napkins today. This is the one that I chose that a friend had sent me, and they come with like 3 layers on them. I've already peeled off 1 layer, and then you just got to kind of be careful to get the very last one off, but you'll start peeling it like that because you want to get it down to where it's just the design layer. So I'm going to go ahead and peel that off, and I've prepped my little balsa box with the gesso that came in the kit, the Technique kit this month at Swirly Do's. So just be really careful, especially with the last layer, and just go around and peel it all the way off, which I will do off camera because I think it's going to be a little time consuming, so I'll be back when this is completely peeled off. Okay, so I have it peeled off now, and you can see this one's got a little bit of the design on it, but it's very faint. Okay, so this is what we're left with, and the reason I gessoed the box is because this is, some of this is going to show through the napkin, so I definitely want to do a nice coat of white gesso back there so this had something to stand out on. Now typically when I do these balsa boxes I will measure the paper and trace it out, but this is so flimsy I don't really think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to kind of lay it on there and then cut it off with my scissors. So I definitely wanted this design to be on the front part, the big flower kind of going like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some Mod Podge to adhere this down with, and a paintbrush, and let me grab one really quickly. Okay, so I'm just going to adhere the Mod Podge onto this area. Okay, and just a thin layer. I don't want it really thick on there. Clean up this area really quickly. And then I'm just going to try to center my flower. Onto the box. And you have a little bit of give before it really adheres down, so I'm just kind of moving it to where I want it to show. Making sure it's nice and lined up and even. And then I'm just going to go to the back and kind of push down from in here to get all the wrinkles out. Okay. So it's kind of like tissue paper. It's a lot like working with tissue paper, which is great for doing canvases and stuff and adding texture. But I just fell in love with this design when I got it, so I wanted to add it here. And be careful because I've already got a little imperfection there, but I'll cover that up so it's no big deal. So just let it dry for a while, and then when that's dry I'll come back and do the rest of it. Okay, so I've started cutting off the napkin from the edges. And then in this part right here, which I'll show you on the top, I just kind of tore it backwards, and it, comes off nice and clean, so you don't have to worry about cutting it. So I'm just going on the sides of it and cutting off the excess. Doesn't have to be perfect because I'll sand it down when it's all done. Okay. Okay. And then up here where it has this designed edge, I'm just going to do the same thing, just tearing it off. Okay, and it's still not completely 100% dry, so I'm going to let it dry like this for a little while before I go ahead and start doing the rest of it. But you can already see the texture on here. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. It's just like tissue paper, like designed tissue paper, and it's really cool texture to touch. So this is what it looks like so far. So you can see where we're going, and then I'll cover these sides as well in just a second. Okay, now I'm going to cover the sides of it. This is pretty well dried. So I'm going to go ahead and do the sides of it. And I did go in some areas because I made a little boo-boo and some of it started coming off, but I actually liked the way it looked. So I went in some other areas and just kind of peeled a little bit off so it looked really distressed. So same thing, just going to apply a little bit of Mod Podge with a paintbrush. Not too much. And then I cut this out because I wanted the sides to match. So I'm just going to put that on there. Just lightly rub it. Okay, and then the same thing with the other side. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and then when it's done, I'll come back and finish up the box. Okay, so I've got the sides all done, and what I've done now is I've went around with my Prima distressing tool, and I got just a little bit of the edges, you know, distressed up so it doesn't look so clean and perfect. And I started to seal it with a layer of Mod Podge, but it feels really, really cool. Like, you guys, if you try this technique, you're really going to love the way this feels. I mean, it just feels like fabric. So I didn't want to take away that texture, but right now I'm just going around and distressing up the edges a little bit and polishing it up a little. I really like the way it looks with some of it taken away on the sides there. And this Prima tool is perfect for that. Okay. I mean, you can even go into some areas and just, you know, hit the top of it and it will take big chunks out. Okay. I think I'll do one like right here too. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my black soot, or actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do frayed burlap. Let me grab my frayed burlap distress ink and go on all the edges with it. And I'm going to line the inside of it too, but I'm not going to do that on camera. I'll do that after I'm done. So I'm going to distress up all the edges with frayed burlap. Kind of matches the leaf color really well. Anywhere where big chunks are out, I'm kind of hitting those too with the frayed burlap. Okay, so it looks much better now that everything's colored with the distress ink on the side. So now I'm just going to go into a fast forward of me embellishing this. If you guys have any questions at the end of the video, just leave me a comment down below.